What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Thunder Sports Pod with JT. And
The stash, baby. We back again.
so we got our very first mock draft. I know it's a little bit late, but we got TSP's mock draft 1.0, and we'll go ahead and get it started, kicking off with Stash. You got the number one overall pick. Who you going with?
I think it's obvious who Chicago's going with. They're obviously going Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure. I mean, they trade away Fields. They're setting themselves up to draft a quarterback, and the hype's around Caleb Williams, so taking him to Chicago, number one overall, makes a lot of sense. Number two, they shipped off Sam Howell. So I believe that the Commanders are going to be taking a quarterback here. And I believe they like Drake May a lot. I say Drake May will be the number two overall quarterback.
You think Jaden Daniels goes to New England over Drake May?
Hey, we'll see. I think the Commanders like Drake May a little bit better in his potential. He's got some technical problems with his feet and mechanics, but with a good quarterback coach, you can get that fixed. But we'll have to wait and see what they do in Washington. I think they do go with Drake May
They take Drake.
over Jaden Daniels.
I think Drake May's better, or not better. I think Jaden Daniels is better. But if
Mm.
they slip up, I think the Patriots take Jaden Daniels.
Mm. Jaden Daniels at 3. So the number 4 overall pick. The Cardinals are in a position with Kyler Murray. They need to surround him with some wide receiver talent. So Marvin Harrison Jr., the best wide receiver in this draft class, off the board here.
Oh, definitely. I'm 100% in agreement with this. Right now, this makes sense. The top four that a lot of people have stated, like they feel like this is how it'll go. I think
Hmm.
I think Daniels is better than Drake May, but
Yeah.
that's me personally. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's like looking at it comparatively. I think Jaden Daniels is better.
Hmm.
All right, now we're looking at the Chargers. The Charger with no wide receiver room. Of course, I actually think they go wide receiver here. Malik
I agree.
Neighbors.
Good pick. Good pick. I mean, the Doomsday and the Neighbors debate, that's going to be the big topic. So, Neighbors and a Doomsday, I kind of like a Doomsday maybe a little bit better here, but regardless, you got to go wide receiver.
Number the Giants pick at 6.
Giants at 6.
What do the
So,
Giants do?
what did the Giants do? So, they got Danny Dimes. There's been speculation they may draft a quarterback, but I don't see it happening. I think they've got to address the O line, and there's been rumors that Darren Waller might be retiring sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, would they address Brock Bowers this early? I don't think so, but go ahead and give me Roma Dunze here. I think he's a great playmaker and would help out that offense tremendously.
Three QBs, three wide receivers off the board to start this draft.
Wow.
I'm gonna throw it off. I'm gonna throw it off here. I 100% believe this man is gonna suit up for the Titans. I just see it happening. So
Hmm.
like I know some people think maybe they should take Joe Alt right here at 5,
Yeah. Hmm.
and I think that would be fantastic, and it probably will happen. But I don't know
Hmm.
why. I feel like Brock Bowers is gonna be a Titan.
Hey, man. I mean, let's talk about it though, because if the Titans draft Brock Bowers, that offense is looking pretty good in Tennessee. You've got Brock Bowers, you got Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard in the backfield. You
Mm-hmm.
got DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley to throw to, so that's not too bad of an offense if you're looking at it on paper. But we'll have to see what Will Levis can do in year 2 with the Titans. Atlanta Falcons,
What do
pick
they do?
number 8. So let's go to the defense. Let's see BPA on defense. I think they like Terrion Arnold here, the corner from Alabama. They got Dallas Turner too, but I think they look at the secondary and they pair him up with AJ Terrell on the outside. That would be a formidable duo. AJ Terrell, you got Jesse Bates on the back end at safety, and Terrion Arnold. I mean, hey, what can you say?
I think that's good. But if this, and I think the Bears here for to help their Caleb Williams, because I mean they're off most of their offense set. I think they take Joe Alt here. If he falls to
Hmm,
9th, they take him. They got a good wide
I can
receiver
see it.
crew. I think Joe Alt to the Bears would be to even build that chemistry immediately.
Oh, for sure. And Possibly, if the receivers wouldn't have went so high, they might be taking Adunze or Neighbors if one of those falls to 9. I could maybe see it, but with those receivers off the board, that's a perfect fit. You got to keep Caleb Williams upright. So we got the New York Jets. I think this is pretty obvious right here which position they'll be going. I've got them taking O lineman here, and ultimately you can debate on which guy you want to protect Aaron Rodgers for the future. But what it comes down to for me, I think one of the best offensive tackle. I mean, this offensive tackle class is loaded, bro.
They're
But
absolutely
I'm thinking,
insane.
yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. But I'm going with Fashanu, the tackle from Penn State. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first name. I'll butcher it. But yeah, he's a great pass blocker, and I think he will keep Aaron Rodgers upright. So they'll definitely go with him at 10.
I like it. Now, as a Vikings fan, you think they take a QB here at 11?
Oh, for sure,
Who
100%.
they taking? JJ, Bo Nix, Michael Penix,
JJ McCarthy. Yeah.
JJ
I think that if
McCarthy.
he's available at 11, I think they go him.
Broncos. Broncos are weird. I think so. What have I said all since 2 months ago? What have I? Who have I said would go to the Broncos as a QB?
Uh, well, it may happen here. It's your pick.
Bo Nix shocks the
Yep.
world. Goes at 12.
Yep.
I,
I
I
mean, it realistically it could happen though, because they need a quarterback. Their quarterback room currently is downright awful. So if they get Bo Nix here, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, he's got some upside, but we'll have to wait and see what the Denver Broncos do post Russell Wilson era.
yeah, because they got to do something.
Um, we've got the Raiders here. I, the BPA, I'm going BPA right here. Dallas Turner falls to pick 13. I think they jump on that. Dude, look at this D line. They'd be competing with the Giants for the best D lineman
Oh
in
yeah,
the league. They've got Christian Wilkins now from Miami, Max Crosby,
better watch
Alice
out.
Turner,
Better watch out
Dallas.
for Oakland next season. Their
That
defense is going to
that
be right up there.
Vegas, yeah, the Las
Vegas.
Vegas Raiders,
My
yeah,
bad.
dude. But no, you're good. That trio would be unstoppable. So I think they take him there.
I think
No, no trades so far.
no trades. No, I think. What does the Saints do? They'll probably, honestly, probably do a D tackle. Johnny, no, probably not Johnny Newton. Who was it? I thought they might. They probably take a seat cornerback. I think
Hmm.
because we have a lot of good corners in this draft, but man, the Saints. I don't know what they're gonna do. I just know they were like so bad in cap.
Yeah,
Maybe they take an offensive tackle for. That's what I'll say. I'll say they take an offensive tackle for Carr.
yeah. Fuanga, yeah, I could see. He's a good tackle, and Derek Carr needs protection. That would be a good pick. I don't disagree with that at all. Indianapolis Colts. See, this is very interesting. They signed their guys. They were rumored to be in the mix for trading for L'Jarius Sneed from the Chiefs, and also to Neil Hunter to sign him in free agency, but they did not do so. Failed on both of those. Let's look at the defensive side of the ball. Indianapolis Colts. I think what makes the most sense for the Indianapolis Colts right here would probably be Quinyon Mitchell, the corner from Toledo, great in man coverage, and pair him up. Kenny Moore in the slot. I think they need some secondary help, and he would be very beneficial to that defense.
I like the pick. Now, I thought that a QB that Seattle was going to draft a QB this year. I really did until they just got Sam Howell, like we talked about.
Yeah.
I was really shocked about it. I did not see that coming actually. Like,
Oh, me neither.
I didn't know Sam Howell would actually get traded, and therefore I never thought in my head Seattle was going to trade for him. No, I just never
No,
saw
me
it.
neither. That blindsided me.
Um, I think they probably a defensive tackle. I think they take Johnny Newton.
Over Murphy.
Ooh, I forgot about Murphy. No, I take Murphy over it. No.
Yeah, I think he's one of the better interior D linemen of this year. That'd be a really good pick, though. I think that would be a good fit because you always need some defenders for Seattle. I mean, they've got a decent offense. You can maybe go old lineman, but I like the pick for
Now,
Seattle right there.
what about the Jags? I think
The
there's one
Jags,
position they need the most help
offensive lineman.
at.
So got to keep Trevor Lawrence upright. He was hurt a lot last year. So let's go to offensive tackles here. Um, I think one of the best remaining offensive tackles is JC Latham from Alabama. I'm taking him right here off the board,
Ooh,
and I think he fits their scheme perfectly. And Trevor Lawrence will be upright for most of the season, hopefully, with this pick.
maybe. Bengals.
Bengals.
So my take on the Bengals here is T. Higgins is not happy with the franchise tag. He wants out. That's what
Yep.
everyone's talked about. You've heard of possible places him going. So
Hmm.
my take is I think they draft a wide receiver,
Ooh. Okay.
and
Who do you have them picking?
I think they're going to take Brian Thomas Jr.
Another LSU boy, Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas Jr. Pair him up. I like it. I like it. I think they could possibly go receiver here. Um, they might go defense. If I'm being real, they've lost some key guys, but um, honestly, a receiver I would love because they need another playmaker besides Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose T. Higgins, if you trade him, if he wants out that bad, that would not be a bad pick at all.
No, I think it's a good pickup, especially
Yeah.
you get him. He's familiar with a similar way as Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, like you said
Mhm.
with LSU. I think that'll play a little bit of a factor. I think that it'll
Exactly.
help with money issues getting this guy and letting Higgins go. So
Mhm.
that's my take on it.
I've got a little spicy take. This is my biggest bold take of round one for our first mock draft. Are you ready?
What?
This is where Michael Penix Jr. goes to the Rams. He is going to be the successor of Matthew Stafford. They're going to let him sit for a year. Matthew Stafford retires after next year, and he takes over the reins. The
Oh
lefty.
wow! You caught me off guard with that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Michael Penix Jr. to the Rams.
I think this is where Keon Coleman goes though.
The Steelers?
St-
Okay, they definitely need some. After losing Deontay Johnson, that'd be a perfect fit.
George Pickens, Keon Coleman. I think they'd
I
be
like it.
nasty. With Wilson, a veteran QB with those weapons, they had a good run game last year and they had one of the best defenses. I think
Mm.
people need to worry about Pittsburgh this season.
That could possibly be a threat, like you said. I mean, their defense was tough
Mm-hmm.
last year. They were very solid, and if the offense plays better, they'll be a legit team because they were a threat last year, almost making the playoffs.
They did make the playoffs. Played the Bills.
Oh yeah, that is right. The Bills, yeah. So look at it. I mean, they got Russell Wilson. They're upgrading the offense, and hey,
This
you never know what can
is
happen.
I'm taking in speculation that at this point in time, Brandon Ayuk has not been traded to Pittsburgh in case that happens because there has been a lot of talks about it. I
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
stress that.
they'll probably be contemplating it up to draft night, and a lot of people were thinking that Xavier Worthy, because of his 40 time now, might go round one, but we'll have to wait and see. I think people buy into the 40 time a little bit too much. You look at John Ross, didn't pan out, but having speed kills. I mean, it helps, especially for a wide receiver that can open the field up for. I mean, imagine if he was on the Chiefs, that'd be
Ooh,
crazy,
I think the Chiefs.
but
I actually think the Chiefs take him
possibly.
round one.
But let's see, pick 21, the Miami Dolphins. Okay, so they've lost some key defensive players this offseason, especially um in the front seven, and I mean pretty much everywhere. Let's see. Let's look at BPA. I like Jared Verse here from Florida State to the Miami Dolphins. I think
Keeping him in the state of Florida. All right.
keep him in the state of Florida. Yeah, yes, sir. I think you can never have too many good pass rushers on one team. And they've lost, like I mentioned, some key guys on defense and just bringing them back to the state of Florida. So I think the Dolphins, if he's available at that pick, they jump at it.
I think I like that. I like to think that's a really good pick. Now for the Eagles here, I personally think this is who they pick. I think that they're
Mm,
tired of Bradbury giving up so many plays.
yeah,
I think they take Kool-Aid McKinstry with
I
the
could see that.
22nd pick.
That's a
They
perfect
love
pick.
their Alabama boys in Philly,
Oh yeah.
so I that's my take.
Mm,
You
I
got
love it.
your Vikings again.
Pick 23. So they did not trade up. So go to defense, BPA. Um, look at defensive all real quick. Um, I think it's between Latu and Chop Robinson, if I'm being real, for the Minnesota Vikings. Two great players. Latu has some injury concerns, but I like the potential of Chop Robinson. So give me Robin here at pick
It's a perfect
23 for
pick.
Minnesota Vikings, and they'll get some. Their defense is completely revamped this year. A lot of key free agent signings, and if they get Chop Robinson at 23, that'll help out a lot for the D line.
I'm calling it now. This year, this coming year will be the year of the defenses.
Mm,
I think if
I
you
can
have a
see it.
mediocre defense, it is going to cost you.
Mm,
Because I just have this feeling. Because like think about all the defensive teams. I think Philly restocks on defense. Like your
yeah.
Vikings are restocking. Tampa's restocking. The Lions are fixing their problems. Green Bay's working on it. Everybody's fixing all those defenses really well.
Hmm.
I'm excited for it.
In an era of offensive fireworks, you love to see defensive players just thriving in this era
Oh
of this
yeah,
game.
that is if they don't get rid of because they're talking about getting rid of the hip tackle now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is true.
Dallas. I think Dallas takes a running back. I think that
I like that.
I think
Yeah,
they take.
I agree.
I want to say they take Trey Benson here, but I actually think yeah, Trey. I think they take Trey Benson.
Really? Okay.
It's Trey Benson or Jonathan Brooks are my two, and
Yeah,
I think Trey Benson's really good, but I think they
yeah. I
keep.
mean, yeah,
I think they're going to keep
either
Jonathan
one of them would
Brooks.
be great. Jonathan Brooks
Yeah,
from Texas. I mean, they're both coming off of serious injuries, but I think one of those two guys that you get, they're going to be instant playmakers for that offense, and they definitely need a running back. They definitely need a running back. They would fit into that perfectly. Let's see, Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay
So
have
they're losing Bakhtiari. Um,
they signed
I'm thinking,
Xavier McKinney and
yeah,
Josh Jacobs, which was big.
big, big, big. So you want to beef up that O line with the Josh Jacobs signing. So let's go available O lineman and let's take a look at it. So offensive tackles. I mean, there's been rumors of Tyler Guyton really impressing a lot of people this year. Um, but availability, I think Troy Fatanu, I think I butchered that last name. I'm sorry, everybody. Fatanu, I'm taking him right here. I think he'd be a perfect fit, and they definitely need a tackle after Bakhtiari leaving, and he fits in pretty well with Green Bay, in my opinion.
So you already know who I've said. I think the Bucks are getting him personally. We'll see. We
Yeah.
might not, but Jackson Power Johnson is who I'm thinking we're
Mm,
drafting. I think
good pick.
I think they talk about him being I'm going to put generational center.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I'm like if we can get him, he's up to that potential or like even close to it because they compare him to Ryan Jensen very heavy, who was our All Pro
Mm,
center. So I'm
yeah.
hoping maybe he has a little bit of that. I'll be happy.
If he can be even a portion of what Jensen was for y'all, I mean, that would be huge for that
Mm-hmm.
entire O line group. Um, so for the Arizona Cardinals, they get another first round pick. Let's go to all real quick. Let's see who the BPAs are. Um, Latu. He's fallen this
Easy.
far because of injury concerns, but they get a linebacker with extreme high potential here, and I think that this would be a perfect fit for them.
I think I actually I think this is where Mitchell goes.
Mm,
I think the Bills need help on offense.
yeah,
They lost Gabe Davis, who was their number two. They
true.
get a cheap contract with a rookie that they think is gonna be good, and still whatever happens with Diggs. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I take Mitchell here.
I like it. I mean, like you said, they definitely need another receiver with Gabe Davis on the move to Jacksonville. And why not go up and get the Texas wideout? I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So we
Detroit.
got the Detroit Lions at pick 28 or 29, excuse me. So let's go to BPA and see real quick what they got working with. They definitely don't need O-line. They've got a solid O-line group. Um, let's look at the defensive side of the ball real quick. So the BPA right here, they've had some secondary concerns. Let's click on safety real quick. Uh, I don't know. There's definite speculation that they could go corner, maybe strong safety here. Give me Cooper DeJean, the
Cooper
corner from
DeJean,
Iowa.
the white corner.
Yes, sir. I think it makes sense. They need secondary help, especially with the was it Cam Sutton that got in trouble today?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate for him, but they'll probably be releasing him pretty soon.
I think this is Xavier Worthy here.
Really, for the Ravens
Mm-hmm.
at
Well,
pick 30.
yeah. I mean,
Okay, yeah, Odell leaving, and then you get Zay Flowers stepping up as a wide receiver one now, and they need another receiver. They got Mark Andrews, who's going to be that target monster still, but I don't hate it. I like it.
I think
That's pretty
Xavier
solid.
Worthy's that speed. He's got a good 40 time, 100%.
Yeah,
But I mean, you're getting a little version of Tyreek here almost. You just like all Lamar's got to do is toss it up to him. I mean, it's going to help their off. Like it's going to make them eat their passing game even more of a threat.
and they were the number one rushing last year, and this will just open up the aerial attack even more for Lamar. So I love that. Honestly, that'd be a great pick. The San Francisco 49ers. Let's see. Hmm. Well, the loss of Chase Young, I think they're going to pair him up with a D lineman for Nick Bosa. Um, let's take a look. Let's go interior D line actually. I like Sweat here from Texas. I think that'd be a great move. Um, they lost a couple of guys on defense, including Chase Young, so beefing up that interior D line some more.
Oh, definitely. Kansas City. I think this is the year of the
Like
wide
it.
receiver. I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
But like it's the
You know who I like here?
I know
Mr. Route Runner.
you like Lad McConkey.
Yes, sir. You each team wants to have the last pick of the first round though every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the goal to get there.
I think Snead's about to get moved.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think he'll play on the franchise tag?
No, it's not that. I think they're just working out a deal. I've seen Titans are like the heavy favorites now. Them and the Colts.
Mm,
I'm gonna
it may
say
happen.
I'm gonna say he gets traded. I say they take Tyler Newman to replace him.
Okay. I like it. So we are done with our very first Thunder Sports Pod mock draft one. So everybody, let us know below. Did we miss up or did you like some of our picks? Let us know down below. But you can take a look at the full mock draft results. Um, and it's just been a great time dissecting these players to these scheme fits. We'll make a couple more of these closer to the draft time, but let us know down below. Which pick did you like best?
Yeah.
It's been JT.
And the stash, baby. We out.